Whatever happens after the thing, maybe it's all a big circle. Anyway, I'll go over here. Yes?
What was it like meeting Alan Rickman?
What was it like meeting Alan Rickman? Well, I've met Alan Rickman a few times. Like he gave me my first theatre role in David Mamet's The Cryptogram. So it's great. I mean, I was a fan of his, and I said it was before I was doing any dramatic acting, and I said I wanted to do dramatic acting, and he said, "Oh, okay." Because most people, it was too crazy an idea, but he seemed to be up for that. And then he flipped me into doing this part in The Cryptogram that he was offered. He said, "No, but try me."
I want to know, after watching this fabulous show, how does it feel doing what you do in the lovely Bible Belt?
In the Bible, talking about God in the Bible Belt. Well, it's interesting because I'm not really trying. You know, as I said, I mentioned Bishop Desmond Tutu, and I forgot to say, a lot of the people who stood against Hitler were religious people who said what you're doing is wrong, and they got killed for it. And so there's a lot of real great strength that comes out of people who are religious, and these are many faces. The four chaplains is a famous story, which is an American story of these four chaplains. There was one Jewish chaplain. There were two which were of Protestant faith and one was Catholic, and they were on a boat to troop it off it, and they all went down together with their arms linked. And there's great strength of character can come out of people who are of different faiths. And my thing is, I just don't believe, if one of them is mutually exclusive, it doesn't really help us. And I think, there's 6.5 million people in the world. We've been through many gods. We humans and our ancestors have been worshipping lots of different people. And I just believe more in us than a bloke upstairs with a big beard who seems to have done earthquakes and typhoid and all these things. And I forgot to say that you never wake up one and say, God's given everyone an extra banana. So I don't want to be really, big negative. Oh, I'm totally against all people who are religious, but I do want to put questions in people's minds. And in Europe, what I'm saying isn't much, because I think we backed off God, the official God, the real guy, some guy up there in the cloud. Why would he be in a cloud? It's damp in the cloud. And it could be about to do thunder and lightning. And it would scare him. And we backed off because of the First World War and the Second World War. So many people died. People were saying, in the First World War, this is for God and country. And he wasn't watching. And the second one, it was the most godless war, what the Nazis were doing. And he didn't seem to be watching then. So I think we decided, stuff it. It's up to us to talk and try and work things out by ourselves. And in the end, that's what it does come down to. How much we can, activists, people who get there and be political and think about things, and progressive, and I feel that from the progressive side of politics, the socially progressive people, that is where the new ideas come out, that brings more tolerance around the world and makes things even out. And you got to aim for something like by 2050 that we get a minimum wage all around the world. Then to stop outsourcing, to get everyone on an infrastructure level that sort of works so that you can have peace around the world. So I think it's up to us. That's what I think. I'm saying it in the Bible Belt. I'm never quite sure where the belt goes at the moment.
We don't know either.
But I thought,
Excuse me.
well, I thought I'd come and say it and see what happens. And I haven't been heckled. I'm sure people would come in and be totally disagreeing with me. But you shouldn't be scared of just saying ideas, because enough people say the other ideas. So I thought I'd come and say these ideas. And,
Awesome, cool.
That's where we are. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
Cake or dead?
I can't go anywhere with that. That's right at the back there.
What was your favorite part about working on Across the Universe?
What was my favorite part doing Across the Universe? Well, I think it was the first day, the live day that I did on the field upstate New York, which is sort of like right at the beginning of the song. That was a tough day because I had to. I'd sung the song or spoke the song, 3 times, and then Julie Taymor took out the best bits that she liked and made it into one number, which is the final soundtrack, and it's got all these ad-libs in there. And then I was told the day before, and maybe they meant to tell me before, maybe something got lost in the communication, but I had to what you call it, lip sync the whole song all the way through.
Oh, no.
And if it's on the beat, that's okay. For the benefit of this, there will be a shoot tonight, But all that bit where I was going Henry the Horse and all these extra ad-libs, they were totally outside the beat. And it was a nightmare to learn. It really was a nightmare. I went to sleep listening to it and woke up listening to it. So that first day was really tough. But when I got into the studio, I had it more under control, and it was fun because it was kind of freewheeling and all over the place. And I was even taught, I was going to be taught dance steps to do with it, and then I just said, well, I'm gonna just do this, and he said, yeah, maybe you should just do that, any way you want. So it was quite freeing to do it. So it was fun to do, and the cast actually flipped me into doing it. I think Julie Taymor was saying, who should we get to be Mr. Kite? It was the ringmaster. The character was actually the ringmaster. I made him Mr. Kite in the middle of it by saying, it's me, I'm Mr. Kite, and, which was just me ad-libbing in the middle of it. So I just thought the ringmaster doesn't sound as interesting as Mr. Kite, because it's all for the benefit of Mr. Kite. And I thought I'd come in and do it. So yeah, it was great fun to do. Yes, go.
When you play a character that's scripted, how much do you stick to the script and how much do you ad lib? How much do you improvise?
I try, and if I think the script is good, I will try and stay as close as possible to the script. Which is, well, you know, sometimes a good script will run off the tongue well, and then I feel I try and do it as per script, and then if I have any suggestions, I might put that to the director or the writer if they're there. Like on the Riches, I tend to go for the script, but then I come up with other ideas, and I put it to them. Sometimes you'll ad lib in the moment, but less. So I always try and do due diligence to the script. If I feel the script is kind of flaky and I can do better than that, then I'll just start rewriting stuff. So that's how I tend to go for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. I just want to know, what is your preferred brand of makeup?
Well, I use a lot of MAC makeup. I think I have Armani on at the moment. Because I am wearing makeup at the moment, so even because I am a transvestite. And which is very expensive, but very good. But yeah, I got sponsored by MAC, so that was great, because I used to steal makeup.